you all are having a great day. Well, I wasn't going to show the skin just yet, but I just did anyway. Fuck. Anyway, hi. Let me introduce this thing real fast. So, yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, for Minecraft definitely caught me off of, um, caught me off guard, if you know what I mean. Not really sure what I'm gonna need. Whether I'm pretty sure I don't need everything else. You know what? Why not? I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to stream this or not. So, meet Chiron, the unlucky paladin. Very unlucky. Also, my D&D character. Hi. Oh my god, it has been forever since I played Bedrock Edition. Anyway. Render of 8. I haven't even done a setup yet, to be honest. So, just bear with me. Where is it? Video 8 or above. FO. Yeah, I'm good. Sure your sound is turned up. Sometimes I like boxes. Oh, yeah, so with this, I turned off weather. I'm wearing my sunglasses to be safe. To be completely honest, like, I am not fucking with this. Like, yeah, I'm wearing my sunglasses. Uh, yeah. Uh, hmm. Me trying to relearn all the buttons. I play Minecraft, just not Bedrock. It's been a long time since Bedrock. I also don't have Optifine on this, so don't know if the Optifine should just turn it all the way up. Sometimes I like block. You know what? Fuck it. Audio blocks. Jukebox. You know what? I'll just turn the leaves back up. And let's start. Actually. Headphones, duh. Yo! Window closed. Come on, man. I'm hot blooded. Yo! Look at that. Dang, that's sweet. Oh. What? Huh? What? Okay. We're adding this. We don't need clapping. So, yeah, that's my character right here. Anything out here? Oh, you can climb this? What is it? I think a pole of some sort. Right? Yo. Is it bad that I find this kind of funny? Because I never get to play D&D. Except for over Discord. Uh-huh. But I'm also... Okay, so that's who made it. Okay, okay. Ah! Oh my god, I grew up with this kind of computer. Ah! I'm such a nerd! How do I get out of here? What do I interact with? Hold on, that's gonna drive me nuts. Vignette. Please tell me something for a vignette. Video. Where's a vignette? If there is one. I guess there isn't one. Shit. Okay. Anyway. How do we start? I don't know exactly even how to start. Do I just pick up a D20 or pizza? Okay, really, where do I start? Oh, there's a big button right here, just telling you that's where you started.
Hey, glad you made it. I'm really happy that you're willing to give this game a shot. It's one of my favourite things to do with friends. Between the role-playing, strategy and just being goofy with each other, it's always a great time. D&D has something for every kind of player. Now, you said the other day that you wanted to just get kind of an intro experience before joining my regular campaign group. So I figured a more individual sort of experience would be a good way of showing you the ropes. Give you an idea of what the experience can feel like. Just take a seat whenever you feel like getting started. I've got snacks that should last us until the end of the universe, so help yourself to those too.
Get the pizza, will you? Fine.
Good to go? Okay, so first things first, let's choose your class. I've got the basics already written up for a few of them, so you only need to worry about picking one.
Okay.
Do you want to be a holy warrior with the ability to heal yourself and smite your foes with the power of your deity? Paladin might be the way to go.
I'm kind of the unlucky paladin.
Or maybe a wizard, using your magic to blast bad guys sky high with fireballs while deflecting incoming attacks? But a rogue could be fun too. Hit and run tactics, poisoning your enemies and watching them succumb to the venom. So satisfying. But it's also lots of fun to just be a barbarian with a big axe. Barbarians can get so angry that they just kind of forget that they've been hit and keep hacking away. I've always had a hard time choosing when I'm a player, so take your time.
Okay. Use movement inputs. Okay. Longsword. Okay. Rogue is awesome. Like, I do Rogue a second, but I don't see Warrior class here, man. I want to play Blackthorn. Yeah. Let's see. You know what? Paladin. If we do this, we do this. Hold down, use item. Okay. Close the menu by selecting another item slot.
Okay, next let's allocate your stats. You want me to explain how stats and dice rolling work in this game?
Nah.
You'll also see that your class already has stats that will best support their abilities. How you add your extra stat points is up to you. Do you want to make them better at what they already do, or do you want to balance them out a bit? You'll get more stat points to distribute as we play, so don't...
Okay, so... Oh god. I am very unlucky. So... Let's put one in the charisma. Put 2 here. 2 here, and then... Okay.
And like that, you've made your first character. Now, how about we dive right into things? Let me just set the scene for you. The continent of Faerun has seen hundreds of stories turn into legends. The Dawn Age, when dwarves overthrew the tyrannical giants and elves waged war against evil dragons, thereby carving out a place in the world for small folk. The tyranny of the Rose Dragon, when the great red worm Ylvir Asalisar nearly razed Kalimshan and established her cruel empire. The time of troubles, when celestials and fiends alike were cast from their own realms, warring and laying waste to the mortal plane in their efforts to reclaim their divine positions. Yet each great story has great people steering the narrative. The Rose Dragon's empire only fell because Rafak al-Khajan and his companions slew the evil beast. The times of troubles ended because those like the mage Midnight rose to the occasion, in their case taking the mantle of divinity from the slain celestial Mistra until she could be resurrected. Now we come to the precipice of another such event, a budding calamity that could warp reality as we know it. Though there is no prophesied chosen one, no foreseen savior, if you play your cards right, you might just be able to avert what is to come. Or perhaps your story will simply serve as a cautionary tale for those who survive. Despite this, it all starts with something as mundane as fetching groceries for your parents.
No!
Yep, it starts with a fetch quest!
No fetch quest!
It does. Hello, stream. I am here today with Cal.
Yeah.
And we're going to be seeing what sort of fucking hijinks we get into this.
Yeah, I've already turned paladin. I may as
We
well
open on Nashkel, a village on the northern slopes of the Cloud Peaks. The late spring rains have abated, making the trek across town to deliver a commission for your father at least a bit less muddy. As you make your way back along the main street, though, it is hard not to notice that your otherwise quiet home is riddled with strained, whispered conversations.
This looks weird. The helmet didn't fit, man. The helmet didn't even fit.
Uh-oh.
Let me turn that audio down. There we go.
Why are you turning down the music? It's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, but I also want to hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I chose fucking Kai. I'm like a paladin because I just like I don't want to change it. Okay.
Where?
I don't want to.
Friend. I'll be back, but I'll be watching stream through.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. So, I guess we just, come with Eric. Who the hell is Eric? This armor looks horrible on me. I don't know where he is, man. Please tell me the fucking tag on the guy. Of course there is. I am half blind.
Standing behind his produce stand is Eric, one of the farmers living on the village's outskirts. You have known him for most of your life, though he is still young and smile lines have only just begun to crease the sides of his eyes.
Your father said you'd be along to pick up his purchase. I don't envy him his back problems, as if he didn't have enough to deal with already as the headman. Anyhow, here you go. I'm sure he appreciates having you around to do all the heavy lifting for him.
Thanks, Eric.
I'm at least a girl.
Sure thing. Just make sure to get home safe.
Whispers.
What's everyone whispering about? I only caught a bit.
Everyone's worried about the people who've gone missing. You probably already heard about Helsa not coming home yesterday.
Huh.
That makes the 4th person in 2 weeks. The trackers looking for her haven't come back yet, but if it's anything like the other 3 disappearances, they won't find anything. People are real frightened. I can't blame them. Might be a good idea to not wander around on your own, even in...
Nah, no one would want to kidnap me. I'm too much of a pain to deal with. I'll keep an eye out, though.
Isn't that the truth?
Mm-hmm. See you around.
I look so bad. Alright, where do I go? How I wish of the map. You know what? Let's just go back to where we came. I'm still going the wrong way. No. No. I want those horns. You're a tail too? You're not a dragonborn, are you? No, I don't think you are. Okay, return home. Why do I keep fucking going the wrong way? I am very geographically challenged. Help. Oh, I got the halfling! Okay, yeah, I'm nerding out, okay? Let's see. Where'd I come from? Potion shop? No. How much gold do I have? I have no gold. Okay, so there's that guy. A dragonborn! Hi! Ah! Oh, thank you. Game to realize this girl do be blind. So that's where she lives. Huh?
You hear voices from inside your house. Perhaps it is worth waiting and listening in.
And I just heard about it this morning.
Does anyone else know?
I caught one of the trackers before he could go out to look for Helsa. He said he'd check it out while the trail was still warm, if there was one. But I don't know if he told anyone else first.
We'll have to assume that he did. People are already starting to panic, and this will make it worse. I heard people at the market this morning talking about unfamiliar monsters. No one had seen the things themselves, but the rumors are bad enough.
This goes on and you'll have a mob at your front door demanding answers.
I'm surprised we haven't seen one already. You've got to get ahead of this.
So what are you going to do about it?
Give me a minute. I've got an idea, but I want to talk it over with Katra first. You're welcome to stay if you like. They should be back soon.
Okay, okay.
Ah, there you are. Put a foot on the table and come talk to me. There's something we need to discuss.
Okay. Food on the table.
Listen, you've heard about the people going missing. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, but the whole Kelsit family is gone now.
Oh no!
Neri found their farm empty this morning without even a sign of struggle.
Oh.
This is asking a lot, and I've got a feeling your mother's going to kill me after I say this.
Oh?
Then don't say it.
But I need you to go speak with Endan Dravair. and ask for his help.
You're right. I think I will throttle you. Are you insane? People are going missing, and you think sending Katra out into the woods by themselves is somehow a good idea?
Yeah.
I have to agree with Ilan. They'd make a tempting target.
Are you sure about that?
The trackers have been going on their own, and no one's bothered them. Besides, after all the training I've put Katra through, they should be fine on their own.
Yes, but you could just send one of the trackers, or someone else.
Nah.
I want the trackers to keep looking for our people. Other than them, there's no one else I'd trust in the woods more than Katra.
Ayo.
After all the times you've run off into there as a kid, you probably know the paths better than most of the villagers.
Okay.
And Vair's important. His ego probably won't let him talk to just a random villager. Neri could go, but she doesn't know how to fight, and I don't want the community's healer to be missing for a whole day if someone breaks their arm.
True.
And you're not worried what Vair might do to them?
Unless Katra does something really stupid, which I would trust them not to, they'll be fine.
You know I'm standing right here and can answer for myself, right?
Hey, watch the sarcasm. We've talked about this.
Oh, come on, old man.
Well, they're right. Manners aside, they can speak for themselves, and hopefully also point out how reckless and stupid this is.
I'm still
Stupid?
doing it.
Maybe. Reckless? Probably. But I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah, that sounds like my kid. Now, Endon Dravair is a proud creature. He has the wisdom of the ages and probably knows something that we don't. But there's a good chance he won't help us for free, just on principle. If he doesn't, I want you to offer him money. This pouch has 100 gold coins in it.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of money, man.
100? Where did you get that kind of money?
Yeah, exactly.
I took it from the village's emergency fund. I'd say this counts. Rounded it out to 100 using money we were saving for a new roof.
What? Are you insane?
Start with a low offer, like 30, and work your way up, unless you think you're gonna insult him or lose his interest. Whatever help or advice he can give will be welcome. If we're lucky, he might already know where our missing people are or where to look. A bird's eye view could show him what we need.
I still think that this is a bad idea.
If I'm being honest, it probably is a bad idea, but it's the only one we've got.
Anything
Is
else?
there anything else I should know before going?
At this point, you know everything that we do. I wish we could be of more help, but Vair's home is not far. Hopefully nothing will bother you on the way.
Right. I guess I'll head out now then.
Oh, before you go, do you want to do a quick sparring match? Couldn't hurt to brush up on your technique, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Let me actually, yeah, let's to turn the volume back up. Guess I'm really knocking it down. Oh. Divine Smite lay on hands. Let's try this. What? Okay, I'm very glad with my sunglasses now. That's sick.
One more thing. I'm sure you can find your way and don't want me fussing over you. But in case something happens, you should take your father's old wayfinder. Thanks. I'll take good care of it.
Just be careful, and come back in one piece. We'll be waiting for you with some dinner ready.
Okay, Wayfinder. Let me out. What's wrong now? Okay, it's not letting me out of the house. Huh. That. Okay, so yeah, I found it. Movement to navigate. Neither here nor there. Okay. Oh god. As soon as I just saw Baldur's Gate, I'm like, ugly. Okay, so I go get a cup of water. Oh, come on, really? That's gonna keep me out? Okay, don't tell me I'm stuck in the water. I can't jump. Like, what? Don't tell me I just fucked myself up. Okay, so you can't go across the water. I don't think you can take shortcuts at this. No. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just I can't. I don't think the Dragonborn. You know, tiefling. Let's see, cloudwork and cloakwork and Candlekeep. Okay. Can I show you a horse? Damn it! I can't see the horse. Yeah.
What is that? Is someone... Whoa! Stay back! Okay. Wasn't expecting that. I wonder if they got something to do with what's going on.
Man, they just dropped all that fucking copper and silver and gold, man. Yeah, I know, right? They wouldn't let me have it, I think. Hold on. How much money do I even have? I have 64 and 40, but I guess it won't go past gold. Wah. I know, right? How interesting, man. Or they're expecting to disembowel someone. Probably too gory for a kid's game. Treasure chest. Gib, treasure chest. AO. Confidence potion and magic potion. What do you do? Okay. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. All I see was chests, man. Station RPG.
Guess this is it? Unless this wayfinder led me to some old owlbear den. Okay then.
Oh. Give me a second. You know what? Fuck it. Wanna watch me play? Sorry. This. Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Gold. Gold. Oh. What? Hold on. Making sure my weather's off. Do I have to find out again? Game. Weather should be off. Weather cycle is off. Good. What the fuck? That sounds like a dragon. But yes, I is doing the investigation. Ha! See something up there. See that on my eyes are betraying me. Oops, I just drank the potion. Oh well. What?
Why do you do this? Release me!
What was that?
As you reach for the coin that seemed to suck the life from Endan Dravair, you note a crack running down its face. Whatever these people want with it, you doubt they should have it. The moment you touch the metallic surface, though, a jolt of energy sears through your fingers and up your arm, followed by a sense of pressure, as if the ocean's tide were rushing into your flesh. Recoiling, the coin is adhered to your fingertips, bound there even as you feel that the force pouring from it stretches your skin and crushes your bones, threatening to rupture and burst your entire body. Other than your body, though, it is the coin that bursts, erupting into shards of metal as the same light that flowed into it earlier streams into you. The physical pain abates, though something continues to press on your mind, clawing its way into your thoughts and filling your skull as the world around you distorts and turns insensible, chaotic, and then, finally, dark.
What happened? Where is...
Who are you? What have you done to me?
I don't know.
Answer me!
Please, stop! Who are you? What are you doing to me?
Who am... I will ask again. Who are you? What happened to those people in my cave?
Your cave? Who or what are you?
Do not play games, child. I am Endon Dravayer, and you will answer my questions.
My name's Katra. I live in the nearby village. You're saying you're the dragon?
Do not play games with me, child. Now answer my questions. What happened in my cave, and what have you done to me?
Did you see anything? I think I was unconscious for a while, but I must have walked to get back here, right?
I only came back to consciousness when you were calling for your parents.
What do you remember?
I remember. They must have trapped my soul in that coin. I have heard of artifacts that can do such. I had never expected that it would be so painful, though. It felt like I was being torn and pulled apart, then crushed until I could not even tell what part of my body I was feeling. I suppose, though, that I was not feeling my body at all.
Oh, damn.
After that, I saw the thing seeping out of my body, but I could not see if I was breathing. Everything after is unclear. It hurts to remember. I was still reeling when the next thing I clearly saw was your face. A moment before I felt that transfer again. Then we were here. Now we need to return me to my... Do you smell smoke?
Yeah. I'm going home. I need to see if anything has happened.
This is a waste of time. You need to find the people who took my body immediately.
Only after I see if they went to my village first. They may have done something. No! Mom! Dad! Ready? Hush! Tanil! Anyone! The house? What happened to the house? Mom! Dad! Help! Someone help! Someone tell me what!
So there is someone left. Oh, I figured there would be a few of you bumpkins left scurrying about like rats. Well, we can't have you going and squealing to your neighbors about us, no. We want things to be quiet and peaceful, so you will have to come with us.
What have you done to my home? Where is everyone?
You bitch! Take or kill them. We'll have no witnesses today.
Not anymore, it would seem.
Why would they do this? Where is everyone?
Yeah, I'm a paladin.
Do you actually expect an answer to that question, or are you simply asking empty questions to hear yourself speak?
No, I was expecting you to actually be helpful and offer some insight, but I guess that was too much to ask, wasn't it?
Careful, child. I may not have my own body, but it seems that I can still harm yours.
Stop it already! Look! A lot has happened all at once! I had a dragon hop into my head and start tearing it apart, and then a few minutes later I found out my home and everyone I know are now gone! This is a bit...
How dare you! Consider yourself fortunate that I am merciful and willing to overlook this slight in light of your obvious distress and lack of self-control. What are you doing in my cave, anyhow?
Some of the villagers had gone missing. I was going to ask you for your help finding them.
Well, it seems that a few missing persons is the least of your village's concerns now.
It's not helpful. But I suppose you're a bit absorbed in your own little world anyhow, aren't you? Not like you've ever cared about us before.
There was not much to care about. Even less now.
That's cruel and not appreciated right now. I understand that you're upset, but I am too. So can you please lay off?
Fine.
So what are we supposed to do now? I don't have a home, and you don't have a body, and I'm not letting you take over mine.
I do not think that I could even if I tried. As much as it galls me to admit it, all I can do is hurt you. I think that I could kill you if I truly wished, but that would likely end my life too.
That's good to know.
We shall hunt the people who took my body. We will find a way for you to put me back, and I can force answers out of those treacherous eels. Perhaps you can use the coin again to set things right.
But it exploded when I touched it. It felt like something was being forced into me before I blacked out. That must have been when you came.
Without the coin, I doubt that you would have been able to restore me anyhow. Much less after whatever that monster of theirs did to me in the time since. It seemed to be fusing with my form. It might have been feeding. That was not the impression I felt.
So I've got the same question as before. What now?
Short of purging my soul from your body, which I would not recommend lest you want me to destroy the both of us first, you will need to put me into another vessel. Ideally, though, that vessel will be my own original body, purified of whatever has come to infest it. If your villagers were taken by this group, then finding where they have taken me will also lead you to the answers you seek.
Sure, but I don't know anything about healing dragons or moving souls from one body to another. How are we supposed to do all of that, or even find these people?
I think that the best course now would be to seek the advice of the scholars in Candlekeep. It is relatively close and hosts the greatest collection of knowledge in Faerun that I am aware of anyhow. If anyone would know of a cure or be able to devise one and be able to tell us more about this group of people that attacked me, then we will almost certainly find them in Candlekeep's great library. Rather than walk the whole way, see if that man with the cart is heading north. Preserve your strength while you can.
I think that's actually the first good, usable advice you've given me.
Do not push your luck with such frequent sarcasm, child. Find the cart and let us leave.
And I'm getting phone calls. Hold on.
Need a lift?
After nearly 2 weeks of walking, leaving over 100 miles of the coast road behind you, Candlekeep's soaring spires are finally close enough to reveal their details. Set atop a craggy peninsula, rising above the Sea of Swords, the fortress overlooks the surrounding farmland, while keeping a healthy distance from the wild and shadowy Cloakwood.
At last. I had forgotten how long it can take to travel when one does not have wings with which to fly. It certainly seems tedious. Remember, Candlekeep is the home of the Avowed, the greatest scholars on the continent. Be respectful, follow their rules, and try not to let anything too uncivilized come out of your mouth.
Anything I should know about this place before we go any further?
Last I was here, they only allowed the local scholars called the Avowed through the Emerald Door into the inner ward, where the libraries are. They have since eased their restrictions somewhat, I have heard, but be prepared to do some favors or pay for entrance.
Anything else I should know?
While the Citadel itself is a safe and secure place, be wary of the surrounding lands. I have hunted here before, and I have seen a number of foul, albeit fairly weak creatures here. Expect more than those few encounters we had on the road.
Sorry about that. Let's see. We hunted here before. So there's a few foul, albeit fairly weak characters that we could more. Okay.
Hey, with what money? You said the 100 gold my father gave me was a pitiful sum outside of your minor hamlet. Your words.
I am sure that you will figure something out.
Let's get going.
Okay. Whoa! That's sick! Also, fireball! No! I can't set a tree on fire! No! I wanted to take off my armor real fast. No. Come on. Can you at least take it off? I can! There's my skin. There's my skin. I will be putting the armor back on though. I don't want to die. I just want to show off the armor. I just want to show off the skin, okay? It's awesome. I spent ages. How do I edit my skills? I don't know how. Oh. Okay, I think I may have glitched the game because it's not. I can't see the other. I don't think you can be in that fog. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be anyway. Yep, there we go. Well, at least I could figure it out. Well, in the end. Anyway, Candlekeep. I haven't played Baldur's Gate, so I don't know crapola about it. Your stats. Okay. Menu. Oh. Yeah. It's so weird you didn't do your ASDK. 2 stat points. I want to put 1 in the charisma. And then the next one into either intelligence or wisdom. Intelligence. Make it a 0 instead of a -1. Whoa, look at that castle. Ha! Where do I go? Over there. Okay.
These fields look almost untended, and I do not hear any farmhands or livestock. Have these places been abandoned for some reason? Keep a keen eye out. If these people fled their homes, they must have had a good reason to do so.
Wheat. Can I seriously not get wheat? No. I like cutting fireball. Can I climb the water? You can't climb the water! That was next to no fireball. Anyway.
Hey you! Wait, I've got something to tell you about those guards. We're starting to wonder if you'd actually stop to talk.
What do you need to warn us about?
Well, the guards aren't going to let you in. I saw you coming up the road, and it's pretty clear you're not from here, so no one's going to let you in, even to the Court of Air.
You rearrange your abilities. I will try and them.
Why aren't they letting strangers in?
People have been going missing in the area. Travellers and locals alike. Those farms you pass by, for example. Yeah, the families that live there just up and vanished. No sign of an attack or anything. So the people in charge are getting right paranoid and only allowing residents to enter the city.
What's the Court of Air?
The first time era. It's a big courtyard area, kind of like a small town in itself where people who aren't among the avowed can live, work, and just find some lodging if they're travellers like you. Only the avowed are allowed to stay in the inner ward after all.
Who are you, anyhow?
Oh, people around here just call me Scratch. It's not a very inspiring nickname, but better give 'em my real name in case the authorities come sniffing around. Used to work in the city office as a scribe, but, didn't work out.
So how do we get in?
If you're gonna enter Candlekeep, you're gonna need a residence pass. They handed them out to all the locals in their jurisdiction, but it was pretty rushed, and with my special set of skills, I can make one that will fool the guards into letting you through the gate. What do you say? 25 gold, and the documents will be all yours.
He is telling the truth about people vanishing and the guards being extra cautious, but he is also scalping you with that price.
I don't have much money to spare, and you don't look like you have many customers. Drop the price to 10 and I'll pay you.
No, I don't, so I need to make each one count. 25.
Fine. We have a deal.
Damn it.
Good. Now, I can't make this pass from nothing, and I sold my last copy a week ago, so you'll need to find one of your own that I can modify. Look at those farmhouses, though. The families there were either taken or left in a hurry. They might have one or two lying around. Bring back a copy, plus payment, and I'll get to work. Be careful, though. The people are gone, but I've heard some rustling around there and other strange sounds. Never seen anything, but it gives me the creeps. And I think I saw someone go into one of those houses, maybe to stay the night, but I never saw them come out. Probably just missed them, though. Good luck!
Of course, we have to do the legwork.
We? I'm the one doing all the work. You're just along for the ride.
I will contribute as best I can. My advice by itself could prove invaluable.
Yeah, if you ever give it.
Ah, nuts. I can't let the fucking fire up with a fireball, man. This fireball like strictly a melee attack. Yeah. Wanna set the world on fire. Not actually, but you know.
Ah! What is this thing?
Some sort of construct, it would seem. I would presume that it is guarding this house, unless someone left it with more malicious intentions.
Thanks, but that advice isn't helping me to kill it!
Just tear it apart. If it cannot hold itself together, it is no threat. To think you needed my help to figure even that out.
Gib! Damn it. Which house was it protecting? This one? Journal. It's upstairs. Barrel. Oh, it looks there. Ah. At least I know things can be opened. I don't think there's anything in here. I should have again, no. Whoa! Hello! What? No. I turned off weather. Wow. Okay, I know I turned off weather. Okay, I'm turning barrels again, because this is the first time I had openable barrels. My armor actually is taking damage. Okay. Open credits, no. Okay, what about here? What? Ayo, not 20!
Finally! What were those things doing on a farm? I don't think seagulls justify that level of protection.
No, perhaps they wandered here. Rogue constructs are not unheard of. Still, you might learn something if you look around. Then again, what have scarecrows to do with our mission?
Not much, I guess.
Katra, I'm going to try something. Do not be alarmed if things start to look different.
Wait, what? Whoa! Okay, what's going on?
I said not to be alarmed. I was uncertain if I could do this while in your body, but my intimate connection to the material plane allows me certain privileges of perception when...
Plain speak, please. Village kid, remember?
Of course. In essence, I can see some elements of magic, how enchantments work, their origin or nature, what they draw power from. It depends on the situation, but you get the gist of it. Perhaps this will help on occasion, though I must admit that it is somewhat taxing to use this ability with your body. Please be quick.
The stake that was holding the scarecrow upright is uninteresting, but the hole where it was seems to have been disturbed relatively recently. This was only put in a week ago, if that.
Lower planes?
Other realities connected to ours, where evil things like devils and demons live, among other unsavory entities. Hades, the Abyss, Pandemonium, none of them too pleasant to visit.
The stake that was holding the scarecrow upright is uninteresting, but the hole where it was seems to have been disturbed relatively recently. This was only put in a week ago, if that.
Okay, I don't see a hole. Actual barrel. Chest. Rotten onions, gold core. I'll take onions. Dirt, food, right? Gotta find out.
Folded and then stuffed haphazardly among a pile of now rotting onions, you find a piece of parchment marked with an official-looking seal and titled Evidence of Residence in the Candlekeep Territories. A bit wordy and a bit more aromatic than you'd like, but it...
Good. Now return to that individual Scratch. Let us hope that he is adequate to the task.
Hope or not, we don't have many other options to resort to, Vair.
Why must you insist on calling me that?
It's what everyone in the village called you. It's easier than saying your full name.
Be glad that I am a magnanimous and forgiving dragon, else I would be inclined to start tearing up your mind again.
Oh.
Don't worry, you're already a big enough headache as it is.
Ah, is that a bit of legal documentation I see there? And smell? Whew. Okay, well, you work with what you've got, right? Give me a bit to scrape off and refinish the important parts, then I'll start with colour matching, then confirming handwriting, and your eyes are glazing over. Just give me the goods and wait a bit.
Deception.
And here you go. Certification that you absolutely belong to the area and can come and go as you like. Just don't let any wizards near it. They get curious. They've probably got spells or something that can sniff out a forgery. Otherwise, though, no one will ever be the wiser. Enjoy the castle!
And he died. He just rolled on that one. Horseback! Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Sorry. Couldn't resist.
Papers, please.
Papers?
Kid, didn't your parents tell you? No one goes in without evidence of residence. Didn't they give you a letter or something?
Careful. If you must be a local to gain admittance, do not say anything to imply that you are not from the area.
Here's my residence certificate.
The guard glances at the paper, noting the seal and the signatures, but does not peer too closely. Watching him scrunch up his nose, The cursory inspection might have to do with not wanting to put his face too close to the smell of rancid onions.
All right. Everything looks fine. Head on in. Just keep an eye out for any strange activity.
Passing through the city walls, you are dumped into a large, open square that seems to double as a marketplace. It is not exactly brimming with life, but considering how you've lived nearly all of your life in a small village, the number of people in one place is staggering, and the activity threatens to be overwhelming.
Good. That was tedious, but we made it. Now the next part could be problematic. Only the Avowed and certain others are allowed into the inner ward through the emerald door on the far side of this courtyard. Talk to the keeper there and determine what is required to get in and speak with one of the experts.
Shut up, body armor. Yeah, I might be able to come back. Dragonborn! 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 Yeah! Anyway, let's see. No. And no. No, the health pot. Regen. There we go. 2 should be enough, right? Yo, is that another one? No, you're just a half one. Freak. The Merry Unicorn Inn. Okay. Where do I go?
What business have you here, child?
What is your job here?
I am the keeper of the Emerald Door. If you cannot deduce my duties from that, then a nexus of learning may not be an appropriate place for you.
Gotta say, you're a rather rude and unpleasant person. I'll be looking for more friendly company now. Maybe in the nearest pig pen or among the rats.
Very well. I'm glad to see that you have acknowledged where you belong.
Wow, what a bitch.
This is unacceptable. We must find someone to assist us, and soon. I can only imagine what those monsters are doing with my body, and already I chafe at being confined to yours.
Wow, thanks. Well, do you happen to know where we could find a rare or unique book?
Library?
No. Distasteful as this may be, we might have to find another dubiously legal way around this problem. Actually, I remember passing a sewer grate earlier. If there are sewers for this outer area, then they surely have some for the inner ward.
So, you want me to break into a sewer, sneak through Ogma knows what kind of filth, and then break into the inner ward to, what, kidnap or threaten a scholar into helping us?
I don't have any bread yet.
Presumably, we would be able to find someone more reasonable, or at least amenable to our request. However, we cannot do that from out here. The sewers are our only option right now.
You only say this because you won't have to smell what I do.
Actually, I will. You think I only see through your eyes? Child, I am bound to experience everything that you do. Believe me, sharing in your bodily functions these past weeks has been far from enjoyable.
Weeks?
Ew. Okay, point taken. Sewers it is then, I guess?
Yeah, for I don't see any bread sellers, man. Sword sellers, I had to potion sellers. But I also don't want to be wasting all my gold. So, like, let me look at my armor real fast. Armor seems okay. Same. I mean, just leather armor, but... Zero. There's nothing to it. Okay. Maybe I should get An upgrade. At least get a chest plate. Damn leggings. But nothing else. Especially since we all know that I am a noob. I'm sorry, emotes, I'm sorry. Grain. As long as they're not lightening up, man. I know I turned off weather. Hold on. If I didn't, I don't want to have to restart the game either. General accessibility? No. Definitely not. Game. I could have sworn I turned it on. Keep an inventory. Weather cycle. That should get rid of the weather. Or who it should. Oh, great.
This is what living in a city means? How can one place produce so much skills?
You sounded as if you knew what you were getting into.
I thought I did. Didn't think it'd be this plentiful.
The byproduct of civilization. People are messy.
Vair, are you okay?
Do not call me that. It's strange. Even without a body or the need to breathe, I feel a tightness in my chest. Lightheadedness. I think that it would be best to spend as little time in here as possible. Please, hurry through this place.
Alright, let's make this quick.
That is the right direction, and it seems to no longer be sewers beyond this point. These are probably the tunnels running beneath the inner ward I have heard of. Catacombs, vaults, labs. Much of the work and knowledge of the Avowed is down here, it seems. Unfortunately, there is a ward on the door. You will need to find a key, unless you wish to be fried.
No, I don't.
Let me go ahead and put on a new armor. So we need to find a key. Yeah, no, I'm not going through this.
Wait, look at that. On the ground.
There's nothing on the ground.
Precisely.
Helpful?
The rest of this place is a riot of grime and muck, child, yet this path is almost spotless. I would be willing to bet half of my entire horde that a gelatinous cube has come this way.
A what now?
An oozing monster that inhabits places like this. Some people and more intelligent creatures keep them as witless guardians and janitors. The things absorb and dissolve any animal or plant material they touch as a way of eating. They cannot dissolve metals and other non-living things, though, so they can carry the equipment and goods of whomever they have eaten for some time.
Whomever? As in people?
Of course. Do not be dense, child. Now follow this trail. You might find something interesting floating in the cube's body. Just be careful, though, as they can be transparent and thus easy to overlook. There, look. The thing has a key inside of it. It must have eaten a maintenance worker or one of the Avowed. That might get us out of the sewers and into the cleaner part we saw earlier.
Fireball!
Just don't let the creature suck you up. Please? Yes, it looks as if an enchantment quite similar to the one on the locked door is embedded in this key. It should work to get us through.
And what if it sets off the trap?
Then you had best hope that the mage who put it there set it more as a deterrent rather than a defense.
Okay, just going to open the door. The magically trapped door stuffed with potentially lethal lightning. Right, okay.
Oh, it worked.
And still alive. Right, well, that's good. Yeah.
Oh, be not so dramatic. You could find much worse before we are done here. I have heard tell that there are guardians and occasional escaped experiments down here, though that may just be rumor.
Wow, thanks. The possibility of even greater danger certainly sets my mind at ease. Thanks, Fire.
Stop calling me that.
Why do I feel like all these skeletons are coming in will come alive? Ooh, treasure chest.
What?
Ah, it's a mimic!
Whoa!
It's a goddamn mimic!
Good job. That creature was known as...
A mimic. Yeah, I've heard of those things. Didn't expect it to be so... slimy, though. Why did it have a key inside of it, though? Did it eat someone like the cube did?
Probably not. Otherwise, we would have seen some more gruesome evidence of the meal. No, some people feed mimics various items that they need to hide or protect. If you know how to handle one of these things, they can be rather convenient guardians. As long as you keep them fed, that is.
Yeah, I can imagine the alternative.
Yikes. That did be a mimic. What? Kitties! No, little rats. That's right. I don't know what that sounds like, Nathan. Okay, I do know I need a heal. Man, pretty low. My health is regenerating. Good. Oh, good. It's another slime. Fireball. No chest? Mimic! It's a mimic! Ah! trying to work on me? I got it, let me try. Oh, it does. Lay on hand it does itself heal. Okay, okay. I might not be so unlucky after all. Rats. The hell are you? Whoever it was, it gave me a lot of coins. Oh, I know what you are. You're not a dragon. You're a, oh my god, I cannot remember what it's called. It's not a dragon, but it's kind of like a dragon. They worship dragons. Fuck. Okay, look, actually getting to drive me nuts. What are those things that call that usually worship dragons? But then because they're not a dragon, but they are a dragon. They're not, what are they called? What? What? Okay. Can y'all hear me okay over the music and stuff? I can turn it down actually. Back off, Cobalt. What's this? Hey! Yeah, they're definitely kobolds. What the hell is that? Is that a destructor beast? Oh my god, that is a destructor beast. Oh my god. Ah! Come on! Oh my god, that was definitely just a disruptor beast. Whoa. Those things are scary. Yeah, I'm more cool about that. Should I kill everything or nah? Because I could just run. Yeah, I'll just keep running. I am not that sure on which way to go. Yeah, it's over there somewhere. The wayfinder's definitely saving my ass. Not gonna lie on that one. I can't jump over that. Oh god, there's another lava, not fucking lava, not lava, but a slime. Ew, get out! Fireball! Down here? I guess so. Alley-oop.
Well, unfortunately, it seems that this ensorcelled armor is tied to the exit.
Oh.
Unless you have a powerful dispelling magic at your disposal that you have neglected to mention, you will have to defeat this thing to undo the seal over the door.
You're saying I have to fight a piece of armor with no obvious weaknesses, or even a person inside to take out? Let me guess, I have to just beat it into a useless hunk of metal, kinda like I did the scarecrows?
Precisely.
I'm really starting to hate constructs.
Yeah, me too.
this better be worth all the trouble we've gone to, Vair. How are we going to get someone to help us, though? We're breaking in.
Let us consider that later. First, we need to get out of these tunnels. Someone might have heard the battle or noticed that the enchantment of the door is broken. We can determine our course once we are safely hidden within the inner ward.
Ah, nice place. Thank you. Unfortunately for you, chances are that you will only see it as you are taken away to a prison cell.
Get us out of here. We cannot be imprisoned. Not in a cell. Fight! Run! Do something!
Are you joking? There's so many of them! We'll be torn to shreds if we resist! While we would normally have prevented you from coming this far, Sage Thesserai has taken an interest in you. Now you are to attend him personally.
Whatever you do, do not allow them to incarcerate us. Do not give them a reason.
What does this Thesserai person want with me? Sage Thesserai said that they found you curious, but did not elaborate. They also said that your meager powers could not pose a serious threat to him or us. Keep that in mind, lest you try something rash. Who is Sage Thesserai? Seriously, you broke into here without even knowing who the people in charge are. Not a very wise burglar, are you? What does this Thesserai person want with me? Sage Thesserai said that they found you curious, but did not elaborate. Okay, I'll go. Where do I find them? He is waiting for you in Exaltation, the Keep. Consider this an honor, as few of those outside of the Avowed are allowed entry to our home. You are to head directly to the Great Library. Do not attempt to deviate from the main path. We will be watching you.
I would, but I don't exactly want to become... I'm already I'm like a paladin, Nathan. Yep, nope. No! I can't leave a town! I think I can't even attack him, man. He's invincible.
That is far enough.
Poof! I am here. What are your other two wishes?
Wishes? I don't, Good one.
Why am I here?
You caught my interest. We have all sorts of detection spells in the sewers. You pinged a half-dozen of them when you sneaked in, and a dozen more when you entered the catacombs.
Poof! I am here.
Wishes? I don't, Good one.
What do you do here?
I'm the Sage of Magic in Candlekeep. That means that I am the leading scholar on magic and the department head of magical studies here. I also work as a lawmaker with the other sages. It's not terribly glamorous, if I'm being honest. It involves lots of committee work.
Sounds boring.
What happens to me now?
Do not attempt to resist the spell. If you resist, then we will have to detain you and try again until you cooperate. Lots of extra bother.
As the spell activates, you feel something press against your mind, and on some level you know that it is trying to pry away your ability to lie. The intrusion is sudden and sets your teeth on edge, and your first reaction is to resist. However, considering where you are and the promise of a jail cell, or worse if you do not cooperate, you relax and allow the spell to take hold.
Good. Now let's get the boring stuff over with.
Do you intend to harm anyone in this city, be it specifically in terms of property, or any other way that includes, but is not limited to, theft, spying, or harassment?
No, I do not.
Good. Next, why did you sneak into the inner ward?
We need the help of someone who understands magic, and we cannot afford to wait.
We? There are more of you. Well, let's come back to that. Okay, now the interesting stuff. Why do some of our spells register you as a dragon and a human? You aren't some abomination, and you aren't a construct or other made thing, so what exactly are you?
Careful.
I bear the soul of the dragon and Andravair within me.
That actually confirms one of my hypotheses. It also poses a lot more questions, but that's gratifying at least. How about while we've got this handy zone of truth working, you just tell me everything you can about how this dragon came to inhabit you, and we work from there. Well, hopefully they will be able to use what you told us to find out more about this group that you encountered and the monsters accompanying them. In the meanwhile, we need to discuss whether or not Candlekeep will assist you in your predicament.
Whether or... How could they refuse us? Tell him that Endandravayer demands their aid. It is only fitting that they should restore me to my rightful form.
Is there a way we can convince you to help?
Well, yes, I happen to have something in mind. You see, there is a clock tower nearby where a colleague of mine named Adro lives. However, no one has heard from him in some time. Since there have been reports of monsters going in and out as they please, it is probably safe to assume that Adro is now dead. Sad as that is, the old codger had a valuable book in his collection. I want you to clear out the vermin, and if Wizard Adro is imprisoned or injured, help him. If he is missing or dead, then find and take the book. You do this, and we'll call it even as far as your crimes go.
What if I don't come back? Maybe I just decide to run away.
Then you will have to look elsewhere for a cure to your body's occupancy issues. I dare say you would have to travel all the way to Luskin or Neverwinter to find anyone who might even be capable of helping you. Quite the gamble for such a long and hazardous journey, which I can promise very good odds from working with us.
Promising good odds doesn't sound like much of a promise.
No, but I can promise that they are the best you will find. Candlekeep and its resources are your greatest hope. Besides, if you do not count this little pest control issue, you might as well be getting access to our services for free.
Never mind that the pests might eat me.
Nothing risked, nothing gained, right? Excellent! Well, in that case, I am looking forward to hearing from you once you have concluded your investigation. Until then, try not to die.
Yeah, I know I turned weather off, but yet there's still weather. I do need to end stream in a little bit though. I don't know if, I don't know yet. But I'm just see how long I can stream for. Oh, that's nice. They opened the door.
I have been instructed to allow you to and from the inner ward as you please. But if you step out of line again, I will arrest you. Enjoy the sights.
Pleasant woman.
I don't know. I figure you two would get along handsomely.
I understand it was supposed to be a joke, but even so, I fail to see the similarities.
Yeah, you would.
Need a lift?
Huh. I will say it's nice having nice seeing weather for once. As long as lightning didn't spawn, then
not these things again.
No. Remember, I usually play with no weather on, okay?
Why were they here too?
If I were to hazard a guess, they are guarding the path to the tower.
You think the person who puts them in the farmers' fields also left these ones here?
It is possible. We will discover more at the tower, I suspect.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, as long as lightning doesn't spawn. If it starts spawning, then I will have to call the game out. Yeah, whoa! The fuck? Yeah, I just figured it out myself. Yes. Yeah, with mine, I kind of had to figure it out. I looked up a, dialogue box finder. It was a pain in the butt. Oh, that's fun.
That must be it.
A bit grandiose, but still quite appealing.
Whoa! What the hell?
There! I see the monsters. Let's get this over with.
Wait, did you hear that? Well, I mean, I know you heard it because I heard it, whether you acknowledge it or not. It's those things again from my cabin.
You only caught a glimpse of things before the fight started and cannot determine what caused this. Perhaps they were arguing over food.
What are those winged red creatures?
Imps, devils that are nearly at the bottom of the Infernal Legion's hierarchy. I find it curious that they are here, though it is possible that Wizard Advil has gone into his tower as God. Still, it is a pitiful defense for some respected spellcaster. I do not know how the goblins factor into this.
Well, more the merrier. Charge!
Yeah, I'll try to help out, man. I only
Wait,
this is my first draft.
remember the catacombs. We must assume that this place is similarly trapped.
Can you see anything with your magic sight?
Yes, but I cannot make out the details from here. Nor am I terribly versed in wizardly magics. The spell on the door to the catacombs was heavy-handed and obvious. These enchantments are more subtle. I can point out general paths and principles, however, it may take the two of us to puzzle them out completely.
The magics placed on this door turn out to be easier to understand than either you or Vair had anticipated, and you disarm them. Either Wizard Adro does not care enough to make better defences, or he did not put them here. Considering that the door seems fairly new, the latter seems more likely. Perhaps...
I must say those were rather puny defenses as far as wizards' homes go. I'm increasingly inclined to think that someone else has taken residence here.
Human, stop! Leave or we kill you!
Whatever it is that keeps you here, whatever man or monster holds you, I can promise that I will fight and defeat them. If you leave me be and flee this tower, I will make sure that there is no one left here who can come after you.
The goblin lowers his weapon a fraction.
You, big tower master?
He looks at the other goblins around him, and in particular at the open door leading to the sunny outside.
I take chances.
With that, he runs past you towards the door. After a moment's hesitation and confusion, about half of the other goblins follow their leader. Those remaining, however, seem too afraid to leave and instead charge you with panicked cries.
Sorry guys, I gave you a chance to get out. Huh? Oh hell, do I have to read this? We managed to rebuild some of the ward that Ardro originally had in place, but it was a disaster. I wouldn't be surprised if you heard Xanalig's scream all the way in Candlekeep when we activated him. He burned to a crisp, but it wasn't exactly quick. We were too eager to rebuild the wards exactly as Ardro had them before. Apparently, some of those fireballs and explosions we were met with when we first arrived was part of the tower defenses. Should have seen the old creep. The wizard just laughed and laughed as we tried to put out Xanig's light out. That man started scaring me. What else? What else? Let's see on the base floor for now. Might be more books. Restaurant. Okay, let's go that floor up. Skip bookcases, maybe? No. What? Hey.
Excellent work, brothers and sisters. This wayward lamb will be a worthy offering to our Lord and Savior.
Excuse me?
Break us out of here, Kotra, now!
Nice try, kid. But this trap was designed to keep creatures far more dangerous than you contain.
No! You shall not be caged! You filthy worms, let us out! Let us out! Let us out!
After a few moments of analysing their clothing, something clicks. These people have neither bound the imps you found in and around the tower, nor are they simply borrowing power from creatures of the lower planes. They worship those creatures.
Huh.
What are you doing in this tower? What happened to the wizard who lived here?
Oh, why do the people we capture always think they're going to get answers from us? What's the point of telling you anything? You will die soon, and it is more entertaining and safer to watch you squirm in ignorance.
After a few moments of analysing their clothing,
Fair, I need you to focus. I need you to help us get out. Do you think you could see or find anything useful in this barrier? Maybe a way to dispel it.
I don't... I'll try. There are channels in this barrier that the magic has to flow through. If you I think that if you touch that glowing point on the wall, you could redirect the magical current to wherever you step. If you pull the current to every part of the barrier, I think it will disrupt the entire working and cause it to collapse. Oh, I'm sorry. It's quite difficult to think and maintain the sight for more than a moment at a time. Please hurry.
Ah, that hurt. Here, can you help me out a bit? A hint or something?
I'm helping as best I can. Let me focus.
Look at them scurrying about in there, like a mouse caught in a trap. You can't gnaw your way out of this one, vermin.
Things have been going rather well lately. Perhaps if I continue to perform so well, our Lord will choose me as the next host for his kin. Or perhaps they will even inhabit me themselves once their current vessel dies.
You are not so special, powerful, or talented to merit such an honor. It will go to someone more worthy.
Okay.
Like yourself? I think not.
Perhaps it is not such a desirable honor in the first place. You have seen what has become of Ophelia. Now that she is our Lord's host, there is nothing left of her.
She has ascended and joined with our Savior. How could you not want such a blessing for yourself?
I didn't know.
What happened? The prisoner!
Kill them! Kill them before they flee!
Do not even think about fleeing. Eradicate these scum. Destroy them for daring to imprison us.
Die!
Hey, are you feeling all right? You got pretty worked up when we were trapped, and I've been pretty quiet ever since.
I am fine.
All right. But it sounds to me like you're sulking about something.
How dare you? How about rather than pestering me with your inane drivel, you complete this task that was set for you, so that the two of us might sooner part ways and never suffer the other's company again. Be silent and do your job.
A book up in here? No, there is not. Okay, so I've only one book so far. Book? No book. Book?
As you enter this room, you find the door across from you, the only way forward, shrouded in a magical barrier. In the center of the room sits a filled goblet on a pedestal. High above the door shines a crystal that is jammed into a crack between the stones. With Vair's help, you can see that the crystal, goblet, and barrier are linked. Even from where you stand, you can see that the crystal has a series of wards around it, not to mention that even reaching the thing would prove a challenge. Written before the goblet on the pedestal is a note that says, "An act of faith and proof of fealty to our Lord. Drink and embrace the shadow of death to demonstrate your devotion."
No.
It would seem that the crystal powers the barrier, and that drinking the goblet's contents will either allow you to pass through it or temporarily lower the defense. Judging by that note, however, I would guess that whatever is in that drink would not be good for your health.
Whatever is in this liquid will certainly hurt you if you ingest it. It will not kill you, but depending on your tolerance for nausea, you may wish it had. You can also tell that the goblet refills as soon as it is emptied. The walls are fairly sheer, but if you get up there, you might be able to disarm the crystal embedded in the wall. Sliding your fingers into unlikely crevices and supporting yourself on tiny protrusions in the stone, you manage to pull yourself up next to the warded crystal that powers both the barrier and the enchanted goblet. You puzzle over the enchantment, but no matter how you look at it, you cannot seem to understand its workings. Best to leave it alone. Whatever is in this liquid will set the walls are fairly sheer. Sliding your fingers into you puzzle over the enchantment, but no matter how you look at it, you cannot seem to understand its workings. Best to leave it alone.
Well, looks like I'm drinking it. Bottoms up.
The drink is room temperature, but it leaves a sensation like ice pricking your skin as it washes down your throat. Nausea and cramps soon follow, but they are manageable and your body feels otherwise functional.
Are you sure you're ready to face whoever is behind that door? This is the last room in the tower, and considering that we have not encountered them yet, it is probably where this lord we have heard so much about is waiting.
I guess we are. Let's go, Vair. Whoa.
You should not have come here. You've certainly made a mess of things, and now our lord is upset.
Yes, though it has been entertaining to watch you struggle and claw your way here one step at a time. You have caused enough damage. Besides, I am bored. While sacrifices are all well and good, I enjoy brutalizing my victims far too much to ignore what hapless fools wander right through my door. Oh, suffer!
Fireball! Destroy your own portal! Fire out of her head! Book,
There,
the book.
the Planeswalker's Guide. That is the book that Sage Thessarai sent us to retrieve.
Where? a book. Have it on you. Woo! Yeah, I have been, The last two books I was able to grab, they came from a pedestal. You look on the left side. Oh, is this it? No. Oh,
Now,
okay.
what to do about this one? They seem rather powerful, but perhaps Thesserai and the other sages would prefer to keep them for questioning.
What? What have you done? You've doomed us all! Do you even know what is coming? You've destroyed our only hope at a safe haven against...
Against what?
Ah!
Enlightenment?
Ah! Ah!
Believe me, Novus, there is nothing that can protect you from the forces of the universe. They will learn.
Contra,
Give
get
her
us out of
some
here.
time
Run.
to see the
We need to
errors
run.
of her ways. Then she can dream that this never happened and apologizes before waking up. Useful, primitive and temporary, but even these figments of our imaginations that you call people create the occasional useful tool. Have you the eyes for such a thing? Have you the sight to recognize what lies in the blackest abyss?
Gross.
It seems to me that you might, but... no. Never mind. There was something familiar about you. Perhaps something that I met in you some months down the line. Your role in this world is done. Enjoy the coming sleep and... in your slumber, be ready for the awakening once the true gods come to call.
Can you not swim? Get us out of the water. Move, now!
Oh.
I did not think to see that thing here. That was more than we bargained for when we took this job.
Are you okay? You seemed really shaken when it showed up.
And you seemed to be thrown from the top of a tower. Nothing about that encounter was normal.
What was that about dreams and true gods?
I am as much in the dark as you are. They sounded at least half mad to me.
No chance we can go after that masked man, can we?
You would even want to? Are you mad? They toyed with you like a cat with an injured bird. You should feel fortunate that they went through a portal and that you are unable to pursue them. Hopefully they are gone far, far away.
What was it saying? I couldn't understand half of that.
Nor could I. It did not seem like a language barrier. Their accent and pronunciation was clear. However, whatever that abomination was spouting sounded like nonsense.
I think I've had enough of this tower and everything in it. You?
Yes, I think returning to Candlekeep and its walls seems like a very reasonable and pleasant proposition. Though I will admit that I want to know what they have done with my body. We were in no shape to contend with that man or monster or whatever manner of creature is behind that mask. Even if we should find a way to track them, though, perhaps there is nothing to be done for my body anyhow. It could already be gone, or simply pursuing that masked figure will result in both of our deaths. For now, report to Thesserai. They will want to know what we have found.
You know, you've been rather quiet since we left the tower. Something I should know? I might not have much to offer, and might not be very experienced, but maybe we can talk through whatever is on your mind. If you want to, of course.
I let my emotions get the better of me. When we were trapped in that barrier, I was not thinking clearly, and even if I had been clear-headed, there was so little that I could do. It's galling. I feel as though I am not much of a dragon anymore. I cannot say as I even feel particularly useful. I feel weak. Ever since I lost my body, I have had little or no control over my life. It's unsettling. I hate it.
Is there anything I can do for you?
No, I do not think so. But thank you for asking.
Wow, that was intense. Right? Yeah, definitely intense. I should, hop off now and see, do life, but I want to continue so bad. I'll continue a little longer until, maybe 15-20 minutes. I went the wrong way. Yeah. I'm gonna return this. I'm gonna give him this book, and then we can. I'm gonna. Hold on. Do I have any points I can spend? I don't. I don't have any more spending stuff. Damn it. Okay. Oi! Bird brain! Whatever you are. Thought I missed you.
Ah, I was wondering if you would return at all. I considered scrying to see if you had decided to just make a run for it. Glad to see you didn't.
I will look. I'm pretty sure I got the best pick at the moment.
We've got the book you wanted.
Ah, excellent. Oh, does that mean that, Adro...
We were too late. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes, so am I. Though I will admit that I had assumed the worst already. Hearing it confirmed is still something of a shock. By the way, do you know what was being done in the tower?
A cult of devil worshippers had taken over his tower and removed him.
Devil worshippers? That's a bit, extreme. I certainly hope that Adro had nothing to do with it. So many people seem to forget how committing your soul to a devil is usually a rather permanent affair. I would not want that for him. He could be unpleasant, yes, but he was a good man, all things considered. Do you know what they wanted from his tower, or why they were there?
They had some sort of portal. I think they were using it to summon more devils and stay in contact with the devil in charge.
That cannot have been their only reason for being there, though. They could have taken residence and opened a portal anywhere.
Well, they did say something about needing a safe place. They thought there was some sort of impending calamity and were using the tower as a fortress.
Really? Did they say what this calamity would entail?
No, they weren't specific.
A shame.
We did, however, run into that masked man we told you about, though. The one that was in the cave when Vire was taken out of his body.
Really? What happened?
He sounded like he was spouting nonsense. Neither Vire nor I could figure it out, but he then killed one of the cultists and their leader before taking whatever they were using to open the portal. A
couple of its minions were also killed outside the tower while fighting against the things living there.
Pretty fair indication that they're not exactly friendly acquaintances, then.
Is this enough, then? Will you help us?
Help you? Whoever said that I would help you?
You did? You said that you would help us if we cleared out the tower and got your book for you.
I said that I would wipe the slate clean regarding your criminal activities and waive your fee for entrance to the Great Library. The matter of helping you with your little identity crisis is something else entirely.
How dare you? After I risked my life to get you what you wanted.
In exchange for sponging away your crimes and keeping you out of a jail cell, or perhaps an experimentation chamber. Seems rather fair, actually. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just toying with you a bit. I was planning on helping you from the start, as the problem piqued my curiosity. Though this ought to remind you that you should be careful about what someone says and what you agree to. There are plenty of devious people and creatures out there. Either way, I had actually already begun investigating some leads. This may not exactly align with my specialty, but we have hundreds of researchers in my department, so I've enlisted their help.
You can just do that? Get them to drop their own projects?
Of course. What good is being a head bureaucrat if you cannot throw around your weight a little every now and then? Oh, and speaking of assistants, I should also note that no one has been able to identify the creatures that you described to me earlier. That in itself is rather peculiar, considering how many people in this city are fascinated with magical creatures. None of our experts had any answers, though. Fortunately, the Avowed are a curious lot, and are working all the harder to determine who or what you encountered. Since you ran into one of their kind again, if their bodies are still where you slew them in the woods, finding and examining their anatomy would go a long way towards solving the riddle. I will send someone out to find and retrieve them.
Is there anything we can do to help speed up the research?
Not now, I'm afraid. Now it is just a matter of giving our Avowed some time.
Did you know Wizard Adro particularly?
He was actually the last disciple of my late master Mordenkainen. It is how he came to possess our master's last written work. We trained together for a little while, though I struck out on my own while he was still an apprentice. They were both far more invested in the workings of the multiverse than I was. If I'm being entirely honest, I was always a little jealous of how well they got along. Still, it is hard to imagine that both of them are gone now.
What should Vair and I do in the meanwhile?
Well, you're always welcome to find other work in the area. Otherwise, you have been through quite a lot in the past few weeks. Go to the inn, get some rest. Come see me again once you've had a solid night's sleep. I may have some more information for you by then.
Ayo. Okay, let's see about pants real fast. You're right. I thought I had my good stuff on. No, I'm wearing my good stuff. I took my good stuff. Okay. And I can't hide you. Alright, well, I think that's going to be it for now. I will catch you all in the next one. Bye. Yeah, but I think my mom just got home, so bye.